Hi there, welcome to this video where I'm at Burton Mere Wetlands Nature Reserve. Now, I have been to Burton Mere quite a few times, but never at this time of year. The other times I've visited have been in the middle of the summer, so there's been lots of foliage, it's been very warm, and at the moment we're at the end of January, so it's quite cold, but there's no foliage on the trees, so I can see a lot more. And I looked at the Burton Mere feed. They've got a Twitter feed where they post all the recent sightings, and it looks like recently there's been some really good bird sightings out on the wetlands. So I'm looking forward to a really good day, so come along and join me. I know I'm really going to enjoy my photography. So that's been a really lovely start to the morning. I've only been here a few minutes and already I've come across a really friendly robin just bobbing about on the path, and so I set up the camera and it seemed really friendly. It was around my tripod legs, and so I got out some food from my pocket and it came and ate from my hand, and I pulled my phone out of my pocket and managed to get some video as well on my phone. I couldn't take it on my vlogging camera because it just wouldn't go wide enough, but that's a lovely start to the morning. I'll show you that now. This just goes to show how tame this robin is. At the moment, it's perched on top of the vlogging camera. If you're new to the channel and don't want to miss out on any of my future content, then don't forget to click like, subscribe and the bell notifications. In the winter there's lots of wildlife to be seen, such as thrushes and starlings, and also hooper swans and Buick swans, but on the board as well there's lots of other sightings that have been seen recently, such as lapwings and other things, so I know that I'm going to find lots of things to photograph this morning. Burton Mere Reserve was bought by the RSPB in 1986, and then it was an abandoned crop field, but it's been turned into one of the RSPB's biggest reserves, formed into 3 lagoons by using the Dee estuary to create the wetland environment. In 1992 a single hide was built and the reserve opened to visitors, but more land was soon acquired and the reserve began to grow. So thanks to a Heritage Lottery Fund in 2011, the Visitors Centre was built and the site was opened officially as Burton Mere Wetlands. So I'm following a flock of birds that I suspect may be siskins, and that's mainly based on an identification from another photographer. They're up in the top of the trees, so they're very difficult to photograph because the bright sky is behind them, so they're almost in silhouette. Now if I do manage to get a photograph of one, I might be able to lift the shadows in the computer and get some detail from them, but it is very tricky, so I'm not that optimistic. I was just walking down this path and a whole flock of tufted ducks flew over my head and landed on the pond there in front of me. Now they are quite a long distance away, but there's a good number of them. I'm not sure I've seen quite so many in one spot at once. One of the essential parts about bird photography is patience. And I've just spotted a tree creeper on a tree in front of me, and I've walked forward to get into a better position, and when I was in the right position I did get a few shots, but then a couple walked past and scared it off. So I am going to stay here for a little bit more time to see if it comes back, but I can't see it at the moment, so again I'm not sure that that will happen. So this screen just here overlooks a little bit of open water between some reed beds, but just at the moment there's absolutely no activity at all. What I'll do is I'll stay here for a little while just having a look to see if there's any activity, but just at the moment I don't think it's going to be worth staying here for too long. Well, I've just sat in this hide here, but unfortunately it wasn't very productive because there were birds on the water, but they were quite far away and they weren't really presenting very well because it's quite cold this morning. They were huddled up, either asleep or just staying warm from the cold, and so they didn't make for very good photographs. Now I did get a very brief sighting of a bird of prey, and several of the bird watchers in the hide did say they thought it was a marsh harrier. Now I got a shot of that, but from a very long distance away, and it was flying over the reeds away from me, so I don't think that'll be up to much either. But we'll go on to another hide and see what we can see there. I've just come out of this hide here, and it's probably been my most productive session so far today. It is the furthest hide into the reserve that you can get, but I've seen some black-tailed godwits, some teal, and what I think is possibly some redshank, but that is yet to be confirmed. I've got some really quite nice pictures there. They're probably going to turn out to be the photographs of the day, but I've still got now the walk back to the car, so on the way back I'm going to keep my eye open just in case I see something else, because when I went to Middleton Lakes a few weeks ago I did see a kestrel about 5 minutes before I got into the car, so you never know what might happen, but I'm going to have a gentle walk back, just having a look around me. I've just stood on the pathway here and there's a wren bobbing about between the grasses there. I don't know whether you'll pick it up on the microphone, but it's making quite a distinctive sound, and I think there is another one to the other side of the path. I've not seen that one quite as much, but I've been following the wren around, and hopefully I think I might have a fairly reasonable shot of that wren. what I'll do now is I'll leave you with some of my favourite shots from the morning. Well, that's been a really enjoyable morning. I've spent about 5 hours here at Burton Mere. Yes, it's not been particularly spectacular from a photographic point of view, but I have seen lots of different species and it's just been great being out in nature. And that's what it's all about sometimes, just getting out with a camera and enjoying yourself. If you have enjoyed this video, do let me know down below in the comments, or nip over to my Vero account, that's @Photography. Leave me your comments there, and you can also see lots of my photographs. Now, if you like what I do on the channel and want to help support me to make future content like this, you can also visit my Teespring store. There I've got a range of merchandise on offer, so head off over there, have a look what's on offer, and a purchase really does help me out. And also, don't forget the super thanks button, but you don't have to spend any money at all to support the channel. You can do that simply by clicking like, subscribe, and the bell notifications. It really helps me out, and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. Watch out for next week's video, that goes live on Sunday. In the meantime, go and check out this video just up here, but all that's left now is to say stay safe, and I'll see you soon.